Ilvermorny, the American School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Part 3. Now, before we get back into the dark and dreary story about what Gormlaith Gaunt did, I would like to cover a few other happier things. The first of which is the Song of Ilvermorny, much like Hoggy Woggy Hogwarts, except that this one is supposed to be more inspiring or something, I don't know. Personally, I just find it really hard to sing. We stand as one united against the Puritan. We draw our inspiration from good witch Morrigan, for she was persecuted by common wanless men. So she fled from distant Ireland, and so our school began. O Ilvermorny, Massachusetts, we choose it, the wizard school supreme. Your castle walls, they keep us safe, the days with you a dream. You taught us all our magic, and now one thing's quite clear. Wherever we roam, our one true home, our one and own, is Ilvermorny dear. I mean, there's got to be a tune to it, but I don't know. So, if you guys can figure that out, have fun. Now, one last thing before we get back into that dark and dreary I mentioned. Hogwarts has filch, Ilvermorny has puckwudgies. This tradition apparently stems from Isolt's first companion in America, who was a bad-tempered puckwudgie that she saved from disembowelment by a hide-behind. Puckwudgies are apparently very independent and was humiliated by being in Isolt's debt. It refused to tell her its name, so she named it after her father, William. And although William eventually left rather than care for the boot boys that her and her husband had adopted, when the family was attacked by Gormlaith, it was he who saved them. And William apparently decided to stick around once he discovered that James had named the Ilvermorny house after him, which caused him and his family to become their first providers of security and maintenance. Now back to the dark and dreary. Because Isolt apparently thought that Gormlaith was her savior, and only later learned that she was the murderer of her parents and had kidnapped her. Gormlaith had believed this was the only way to save her from potentially marrying a non-magical man, and thought that as both a descendant of Morrigan and Salazar Slytherin, Isolt should only associate with purebloods. Gormlaith apparently used to sit around cursing and jinxing any muggle or animal that got too close to their cottage and forced Isolt to watch. For 12 years, Gormlaith kept her in isolation, refusing to even allow her to go to Hogwarts when her letter arrived, believing that it was an establishment full of mudbloods. Isolt eventually got the courage to steal Gormlaith's wand and fled to America. Before escaping the country, however, finding out that Gormlaith was on her tail, she masqueraded as a muggle boy named Ilias Story, and she set sail for the New World on the Mayflower in 1620. Upon arriving, she vanished into the mountains, leaving everyone to believe that Ilias Story had died in the harsh winter. While hiding in the forest, she met the hide-behind and the puckwudgie that she would eventually name William. She saved the puckwudgie from being disemboweled and nursed him back to health. Being bound to her, William the puckwudgie now felt that he should introduce her to the magical creatures and such that he was familiar with. One of these creatures was, of course, the horned serpent, which William was surprised Isolt could talk to in Parseltongue. He was further surprised that the horned serpent appeared to like her. Check out part 4.